Guys, Rito just posted a new video about reworking runes. All right, let's look at it real quick.
Hey everyone, Joe here again on behalf of the League dev team. First of all,
What's up, Joe?
I want to say thank you to everyone who jumped in
man,
and gave us
welcome,
feedback on the last update.
Hey, there's no problem.
We tried to read and respond to as many comments as we could, and we really appreciate you taking the time to let us know what you think.
Not really.
Now that we're developing features
paid,
on the
Joe.
new client, we hope to be able to move a lot faster. Just because the client is live doesn't mean we're done with it. We'll be continuing to iterate based on your feedback.
Slowly.
We're still working on performance and stability, the item set tool is on the way, and there are many other ear flicks with the user experience we're committed to fixing as soon as possible.
Sure.
In this update, I'm happy to finally go more in depth about some of our other work in progress. I'd like to share our detailed plans for runes and masteries, as well as the honor update, and maybe even kill a few more memes along the way.
Haha.
Just a reminder that everything I'll talk about here could change. This is going to be a long one, so let's get to it. Last time, I talked about some of the common complaints with runes and masteries, and there were a lot of questions about what we might do here. So this time, I'd like to share more detail with you about just what we've got planned. Our current plan is to release a major overhaul to runes and masteries for this November's preseason. This is a big change with a lot of different pieces that we're referring to collectively as Runes Reforged. First, we're combining runes and masteries into a single pregame system. Instead of many, mostly incremental choices about stats, new runes concentrate the power down to a more focused set of choices that have a greater impact on gameplay. Similar to the current mastery system, your most important choice will be your keystone rune. But in the new system, a keystone rune gets to be much more powerful than anything we've had in pre-game before. Keystones should feel like huge choices.
Wait, did he mean keystone master? Joe? Did you mean keystone mastery or keystone rune?
You can build an entire playstyle around. Take Berserk for example. After you've been in combat for a few seconds, Berserk grants you a 60% attack speed boost. And raises your attack speed cap momentarily.
What?
Another example keystone is Perksy. Perksy is a pet that comes with special abilities. When you send her out, she gives a shield to allies or does additional damage to enemies. Your keystone is meant to be the focal point of your rune build, but
is it April? No, it's not. It's May, right? Not April.
You'll augment this build with minor
So why'd they stick a
and
Lulu
major
rune?
rune
They
choices.
put a Lulu rune out there already.
These give you flexibility in dealing with the enemy draft or taking advantage of your team's composition. For example, here's a major rune called Overheal. Excess healing past your max health gets converted to a shield. This is great if your champion has a lot of healing. It's also great if someone on your team picks Soraka or
It's
Sona.
also great if you play
To ensure that
fucking
runes
board
help you
champs.
adapt to each new game of League, runes will be fully editable in Champ Select. We also believe that you shouldn't have to choose between trying out a new rune build and buying a new champion. We know that the high IP cost for runes has been a major pain point for a long time. So we're super excited to let you know that new runes will be totally free for all players.
Whoa!
Side benefit of
That's
this
actually
change
the only
will be
cool
the
thing about
freedom to
this.
try
Thanks,
riskier
Joe.
rune
Hey,
designs.
let's all give a round of applause for Joe. Round of applause for Joe. Good work, Joe. Hey, we need to get Joe on the horn. Joe gets shit done. Joe gets shit done. I think that this, the dumbass shit that they're doing with like mini Lulu and you know, Soraka with an Ivern shield permanently, that's retarded. But free runes, that's a good start. And additionally, adds a lot of new players. Like, you'll have a lot more players coming in and being able to jump right into the experience and not feel like they have to, you know, grind out for fucking runes and shit. in order to enjoy new things and new play styles.
And iterate on them more frequently. Something we were hesitant to do when you had to invest many hours into unlocking them. Of course, today, runes are a significant portion of what players unlock with IP. Making runes free will have an impact on how you unlock champions, icons, and more. But we also view this as an opportunity to take a step back and revisit League's reward system as a whole. So while we are reworking runes, we're also looking at other improvements, such as making it easier for new players to fill out their champion pools and giving all players more rewards to work towards. Many of you guys have spent a lot of IP on runes already. When we transition over to the new system, we'll have a plan in place to take care of players who've invested in runes and rune pages over the years. More on the transition and improving rewards as we get closer to preseason.
Do I get like a gift?
Obviously, this is a big change.
Like a yacht or a
One
boat?
of the biggest core gameplay changes we've made in years. Our designers will be sharing more details on Runes Reforged this week. We're talking about these changes early because we want to get your feedback.
I can draw better than this shit. No, I'm kidding, I can't.
So let us know. What do you think? What are you worried about? What are you excited about? We want to make this as good as it can be before it launches in November, and we need your help to get there. Now let's talk about the Honor update. Today, Honor is a quiet little set of buttons in the end of game screen. It's easy to forget these buttons even exist. Our new approach is to integrate the Honor system much more tightly with the game,
when she didn't know.
so honorable players can get the recognition and the rewards they deserve. When we update Honor, after the Nexus explodes, you'll see a new screen where each player can choose to honor one teammate. There are 3 different categories meant to capture different types of honorable playstyles. If your top laner got camped early but refused to give up, you can honor them for having kept calm instead of tilting off the face of the earth.
I actually like that. I actually like that. I like that. And you know why I like that? For my boy Hashinshin, dude. Well played, Joe. Dude, that's actually a good... Dude, that is a good step. I don't know why it takes them 5 years to come up with this concept of promoting like, hey, don't be a bitch and give up. Hey, don't you want to not be a pussy and actually try to win? Won't that make you feel good trying to win in a fucking game? Instead of crying and whining and wanting to give up? I don't know why it took them that long to come up with some ways to like... I've been saying shit like this forever. I don't know why that took so long for them to realize that, like, yeah, we should be trying to promote people playing out the fucking game and manning up. I'm sorry for the chicks in here, by the way, but I know some of you girls are like watching the stream, be like, yeah, some of these dudes are fucking pussies. I'm right there with you. This is like it took forever. That's actually a very good change. I'm on board. Good job, Joe.
Earth. Or if your mid laner made an aggressive Baron call, the second they saw someone in bot lane, you can give them the nod for great shot calling. For a teammate who is great to play with and just made the game more fun for everyone, you can honor them with a GG. After voting, you'll go to the normal end of game screen where you'll be able to see what honors you received. If you received 3 or more honors, you'll be recognized for the entire lobby. You'll also have an honor level. Your honor level will be viewable in your profile, right next to your rank. You'll level up just by playing hard and earning honor from your teammates. If you have a few less honorable games, you can actually drop levels, and you'll have to earn back your standing through consistently sportsmanlike play. And your standing matters. A higher honor level comes with real benefits. Key fragments will now drop through the honor system instead, and more honorable players can get additional rewards, including exclusive content. Honor is headed to PBE this week, and we're aiming for a global release in patch 7.13. The Honor team will be diving deeper into details soon, so be sure to keep an eye out for that.
I'm on board with this. I'm on board with this. And I'm telling you, incentivizing players not being dinguses is something that they should have been working on for years. And I think that this is a step in the right direction. Giving players incentive to not be whiny babies. Be like, hey, don't be a whiny baby, or you're not getting, you know, you're gonna lose standing, you're gonna lose fucking goodies, you're gonna lose gifts. And also promoting players to think about their teammates in a positive way, I think is healthier. Like, instead of just being like, my top laner, this and that guy sucks dick, or mid lane sucks dick, or jungle sucks dick, really like analyzing the game and being like, what did this guy do well, what did this guy do well, is a step in the right direction for the community on the whole. Because right now, everyone dehumanizes each other in this game. I know for a fact, when I smurf, even if I'm fucking dumpstering, how cancerous playing with people can be. And at the end of the game, being like, man, I wonder if these people are even considering, like, what the fuck their teammates did or didn't do. Or, like, some random guy's just getting blasted, even though he just got shit on in every situation. Like a support who actually played solid, but his ADC sucked. Like, that's some good shit, I think. Joe's way better than Riot Light. I don't think Joe takes pictures of chicks when they're in the covers and they don't know about it.
We continue to look for opportunities to tackle quality of life features alongside our big development priorities. By now, you've seen our update to Pulsefire Ezreal, the addition of ping muting, the highlights viewer, and some minor enhancements to ARAM.
We have a highlights
viewer? Update to
viewer?
Pulsefire Ezreal, the addition of ping muting, the highlights viewer.
Wait, is that on my client?
And some
like,
minor
seriously, I've never seen that thing. No, is it really?
Enhancements to ARAM. Soon, we'll be implementing the 10-ban system, which also reduces a lot of friction getting into game in the new client. Finally, because it came up a bunch in the last video's comments, I also wanted to give a quick update on voice chat.
I had no idea.
Now that the client has
Wait, voice chat, hold on. All right, Joe, you've been on fire today. All right, Joe's giving us free runes, honor. He's giving us some dumbass looking runes too, like fucking Soraka Big Shield rune, which, Joe, I know you didn't do that to us, Joe.
We are discussing voice chat designs for League. Voice is a polarizing feature. Some of you really love the idea, and some of you really don't. When we do implement voice, we want to make sure we do so in a way that makes sense for as many players as possible. Let us know what issues you think we should focus on next. As always, thank you guys so much for playing. The team is so excited to launch these and many other features to you and hear what you think about them. Feel free to leave comments or ask questions, and we'll do our best to address as many as we can.
All right, Joe. All right, Joe. I think voice needs to happen. Voice needs, this is all right, in my opinion, voice needs to happen. Hear me out. Hear me out. Yes, there will be bad apples. Yes, people will be morons. Yes, I get it. I'm right there with you. However, I think that with all these other changes that they're doing, like I'm thinking mainly about the honor change, where we start humanizing players. I know that I'm not a perfect guy. When people are acting like dinguses, a lot of the time people are acting like dinguses to each other because they misinterpret text, myself included. You miss it, someone says like, hey, you should have did this, and you immediately think that guy's a shitbag. Right there with you. That's what happens when you're only dealing with people in text. If you ever try to have a relationship in text, Like if you've ever had a girlfriend and anytime you shift into like major text mode, you ever notice how many fights happen more often? That's why generally when I want to talk to my wife about something, I call her. Is because the minute that you get into fucking text mode, I'm telling you, you immediately assume the worst about every situation, about everything. So when I want to interface with people, I generally will just fucking call them. Because most of the time, people are defensive, like they're sensitive to shit. So I think that voice needs to come into the game, even at the expense of, yes, you're gonna have the guy that comes on there and just has a fucking full-on clan rally. I can see it now. However, hopefully we can mute, right? And hopefully that functionality will be nice and smooth for people. And I think that the cons are a lot smaller than the pros. So I think that voice chat, like allowing voice chat to come online, would humanize the player base a little bit better. Having the honor system come online further, that, you know, it propels that initiative where players are now more. You don't see people as just these fucking losers all the time. Like, you can actually, like, talk and interface. And if things go bad, you can just kind of laugh it off and have a more positive, less isolated, lonely experience. You know, the worst part about playing in Korea, you know, in hindsight, I think the whole mom boom thing is hilarious. But I was basically, when I was in Korea for a month, and I had no one to hang out with, and I was playing solo queue, not only was I isolated in League, because you couldn't talk to anybody at all, but I was isolated in life. Same reasons, right? That shit sucks ass. The experience will be more positive, and it should make for better gameplay when players are actually like trying to work together and communicate, and players that do well and don't act like little bitches get rewarded and get like held up by the community, as opposed to being like, oh, that guy's a tryhard, right? The players that are actually busting their ass and not giving up, people should be like, that guy's the champ, right? That's good shit. So, anyways, those are my thoughts. Maybe I'll clip it for YouTube or something.